So welcome back into another daily scalping review. So we're coming back into this routine when I'm going to do a thorough analysis of the price action, mainly on gold and pound yen. So I'm going to start with gold because there's not really much to say. As you can see, it's not much to say as per my setup. That so far I've been trading with when there was more volume in the charts and the markets. As you can see here, we can have a look from the starting of New York session, which is over here. We are seeing that the price is stuck into a range, and that is basically a 25 pip range. So this is untradeable. So of course my trade idea would be to have a breakout of these highs and see the price clearly trending, or a clear price breaking out down and going into a bearish trend. So let me go to the yellow one. We can see here that we have the first right at the new 4-hour candle, at the start of a new 4-hour candle. We can see that we have a spike in the bullish momentum, and buyers are coming back in. We have a almost retest of this PSA. I was waiting mainly for a retest of these highs, but we have a single candle retest. This could have possibly be a retest entry. As you can see, price is moving up. We are retesting these previous order block highs for the continuation up. This entry, as per my setup, would have not been profitable because this is only 30 pips. And this is also something, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe I need to adapt. I am pretty confident that after the FOMC of next week, the volume will come back into the chart pretty nicely, because this move on a regular day before summer would have gone at least 45 pips. Then maybe do the same, but at least a little bit more volume. Look at the size of the candles. This is not candles that usually are doing New York session. This size are usually the ones like these are the ones that characterize the New York session on gold. So that's also something that I want to adapt, and I'm going to talk about why in a second, because we're going to have a look at GJ. So we can see that the price is simply moving. So I was not even watching gold because I was focused on GJ. What we can see is that after the price is making new highs, you can see that the volume, the momentum really starts to slow down. In this case, you cannot say that you are bullish until you break above over here with some strong candles like it happened over here. This is sort of consolidation, because you can see that we are basically an equal number of bearish candles and bullish candles. So to me, that doesn't make a trade, doesn't make a bias. We can see now that shortly after New York Stock Exchange opening, like 10 minutes later, 6 minutes later, we have a breakout from these lows. So this one is a sort of accumulation validated. We have the retest of these previous lows. So this is the only possible trade that I can see over here. It's the retest of the lows of this order block. This is the only trade that I can see afterward in hindsight, because then yes, it worked. It went like 70 pips. Okay, but how would have I been able to see it live? That's what I'm not really sure. So let's see if I can come back over here. Okay, so would I be able to see it live? I'm not really sure. So let me just do that properly. Because it was not really a trendy market. It was not really a market full of volume. So that's not really like price is trending, and we're going to see it on GJ. Where is trending, then we have this, and then the break below, and that's where you can take the retest, because the price is at least its volume that is going, it's moving. Now here the price is simply ranging, and yeah, in hindsight, this is of course a good idea. But if we were to, for example, place something like this, I mean, would you trade a sell? would you be looking for sells, or maybe you say, okay, now this might be a bounce, it's gonna be some liquidity for the price to then continue bullish. I mean, there's no bias yet. You see this, yes, okay, but no, that's not a trendy movement. It's not like the market is in a trend, so you can be confident about taking the sell. No. So this is a possible entry, but doing live trading, I don't see it viable. The same, one thing, if that's a totally different case, if we have had this same market structure over here. So if we add even a single candle retest over there, then in this case would have been okay, because with this breakout, this size of the candle is showing us that there's a lot of momentum in the bearish side. So if we have even a single bullish candle closing and retesting over there, for me that's an entry, and we're going to see it on GJ, because for me there it's very likely that the price will move down at least a good amount of pips. I would say 45, depends on the pair. It went already 55, but there was no, even on the 20 tick chart, there was no trade idea over here. As you can see, price over here, sorry, didn't give any retest of this area, so there wasn't the chance of entering. And this retest is not making any actual sense as per technicals. So we can see that also, look at this, it took 45 minutes to make another breakout. So UAB stayed in a scalp trade for I don't know how long. So then after that, the same price action, I want to see a retest of this nice clean breakout. I don't know what in yellow. Nice strong candle breakout. I would have wanted two things, one of the other. A retest of this last PSA, retest and then continuation down, or the retest here and then a continuation down. But it didn't happen. I think it didn't happen not even on the 20 tick chart. As you can see, one single straight candle, and yeah, there was no chance to enter as per our setup. There was no news, no nothing, so there wasn't anything expecting to bring volume in the chart, and actually, as per my setup, there wasn't any volume. What I'm probably going to look at, due to the fact that the spread is not much, I mean the spread is 0.6 pips, 1 pip, I might look at something like a smaller stop loss for a smaller TP. So, and why do I say that? Because most of my trades work immediately after my entry. So now we're going to have a look at the GJ so that you will understand. So for example, this is GJ during London session. We can see that this one was a pre-planned idea. I can show you this one. So as you can see over here, this is before London open, and we can see that 182.95 was the last PSA on the 1 minute chart, and you can see that it's the same 9.95, and we can see that after like 40 minutes we have a breakout and a retest of these highs. These are the same highs, yes, but that's because it was a PSA even on the last time. I'm not only focusing over here, I'm focusing on the most recent, which is over there. And the fact that they are the same makes even more sense, adds value to the equation. We can see over here, 5 pip stop loss, 20 pip TP gets it over there. Then we can see that this is an example of a trending market, as you can see. Because, okay, you move, maybe you retrace, you don't break market structure, and then you have immediately those candles showing strength. So breakout, not a retest of these highs, okay, but we create some structure, we break out, we retest. This could have been a possible second entry. Only goes, I don't know how much, like 18 pips, so almost TP, gets almost the TP, and then a strong bearish price action. You can see that breaks the structure and would take out my 5 pips TP because it would go like 7 pips down, but that's okay. The overall higher time frame market structure is not broken, so that's where we could possibly just wait and see the price action. You see how buyers at this level, 183.125, are coming back in strong. So probably they are sweeping out these orders like mine and go back up. We can see that now, I mean, if you just isolate this piece of market structure, you can see how strongly bullish it is. I mean, there is no doubt that the main sentiment is bullish because there are not enough bearish candles. There are so many bullish ones that are engulfing each and every bearish one. There is really no doubt. So when we break out again and we retest this old one and the same, these are more recent highs, that's our possible entry. In this case, even with a 5 pips stop loss would have been okay if the entry was good. So of course, if the entry was exactly at this candle close, let me show you, at this candle close, yeah, would have been 4 pips stop loss, so still safe. Are we in the same? No, okay, 25. So we will still be okay, and then going with a nice momentum to 20 pips TP, getting it. After that, same thing, PSA created, retested, and then continuation up. So this is in between London and New York, not much volume, not much. I mean, if you trade that time, you can see that that's the same thing that I was saying on gold, that wasn't happening on gold. So with the price moving in a trend, then you see an accumulation, then you can see and possibly take the sells over here, because these are the old, this is the last higher low, gets retested over here, you get the break below, that's where you can enter, because the price was trending beforehand. So you have the confirmation that the price is moving, there's volume, there is a lot of momentum in the chart, the price is not stagnant. And then you can see it will go down. So this is already now New York open, as you can see, opens and it's like 7 minutes. So this is what I was talking about, that I need just a single candle or a couple of candles in order to enter. And you can see over here, this is something that I took live and live on my demo account, of course, but this is something that I took. Look, I see the strong price action is indicating me that it's nothing but sells. And you can see after this strong sell-off, and I don't really need to know much more, but I see that there was this push up, this pullback and liquidity grab right before New York open, and then the continuation. So we can see I took this entry on the dot, probably could have not get a better entry, I would say. This is absolutely the best entry, and it simply goes to 20 pips TP. Then the same thing, we have an order block being created, price is reacting and respecting this previous PSA and creating another block. Of course, I will not enter over there, but as you can see, same thing, the candle is breaking below, retesting single candle, and this would have been another entry. In this case, it would have been a loss because it would only go like 10 pips. But same thing, this is more of a test, because if I take this, then I would have to take also this one, this sell over here, because if I take the change of pattern, I would take that also that one, but it's simply to test, to see. That's when I put it before it was a winning trade, so I wanted to know about it. It's also very, very close to a stop loss. So we have a possible reversal. So this one, we can even remove it. We can see that the price action is actually changing in the bias when we have a break above. So we had some sort of double bottom over here. We saw that the price was not able to continue down anymore. And we see that there's a breakout of this market structure. This is the last lower high in this bearish trend, gets respected again, gets respected another time, and then gets broken up. So there was no entry over here. I think not even on the 20 tick chart. Yeah, was even a gap. So was no entry over here. And the price will go a little bit in a 30 pip move, creates, but before that create another block, and this is another possible entry. So you can see still strong bullish candles breaking above, and this possible entry would have been a loss just for a couple of pips. As you can see, price will go like 17 pips and then reverse. After that, same thing below over here, price is breaking down. This retest would be safe, but give us only like 19 pips, and then the price will continue ranging afterwards. So I wanted to highlight the difference on this, and I also don't want to really base myself on a single thing, because I know that after the middle of September, the price on gold will move further and further. So moves like this will go for at least 45 pips. And in this case, with a 10 pip stop loss, which is mine, I mean, I don't think that is, I don't know. I have to possibly backtest it, because I don't know how reasonable it is to have like a 7 pip stop loss on gold. But you can see that most of my entries don't really need a big stop loss. And the smaller the stop loss, the bigger the risk to reward with a smaller move. In this case, I didn't need a single pip of, I mean, I will need like two pips just for the spread of stop loss, and all these didn't need much. I mean, it was going straight down, straight up. My entry is so specific that, as you can see over here, this one didn't need stop loss at all. This one, yes, it needs stop loss. This one it need almost the full size. This one didn't need any. So of course it's something to understand, because I will save up money. For example, I will save this money because I will not get the full 5, I will get maybe less. But let's talk about gold. So on gold, instead of having like a 10 pips, I'm already saving up using a 10 pip instead of a 15. But I'm not sure, just to see some trade that was going on. So you can see clean break and retest during the Asian session, no retest, no, I mean, I don't know where I would have entered. In this case, for example, with a 10 pip stop loss would have been okay, and going into TP, but with a less, no. It's just another thing about the scalp. So of course, how do I want to scalp? Even this entry over here, yesterday during New York session, we break above, there's no drawdown, and if I can take a 7 pip stop loss and have like a 30 pips TP, most of the moves are going to be good, even during lower market volume time. But I don't want to push the envelope too much, because I know that gold can be quite tricky. And the thing that I say, because it's the same spread that is on gold, it's 0.4 pips. Here on GJ is 0.7, 1, 1.2. So if it works a 5 pips stop loss on GJ, why shouldn't it work 7 pips stop loss on gold that has a smaller spread than GJ? The thing is that gold moves differently. We know that likes to do lots of liquidity grabs before moving down or up. But if I can get the perfect entry, then I will need like a 7 pips, 6 pips, and then get that. Or maybe I can just simply be adaptive. If I see that the price is moving already up, I can put it at break even or take profits earlier. I don't know. I don't really want to go discretionary yet, because I know that I will be able to, it will be easy to fall for some of the emotional tricks. But yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Maybe backtest it and see if I can have a very, very nice scalping experience in the markets. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.